it's Lumos. I'm back for another solve. I was really excited to see all of the nice comments that were written on my last video. It made me really excited to do this again. So BremSter's asked me to come back, and I'm excited to do it. This time I will be solving Molecules, which is a Skunkworks puzzle, and it came to me recommended by BremSter, so that's why I'm going to try to tackle it. Let's see what this is all about. So I will start off by reading the rules. First of all, normal Sudoku rules apply. So digits in any box, row, or column must make up a complete set of the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. Also, digits on in a quadruple circle must be placed within the 4 cells that are surrounding that circle. So there has to be a 3 or a 5 somewhere on this quad. Cells separated by a black dot have a 1-to-2 ratio. So something like this could be 1-2 or 2-4. Or 3-6 or 4-8. So those are kind of our options. And then cells separated by a white dot have to be consecutive. So if I have something across here, I could do like 5-6 because those two are consecutive digits. So with the rules out of the way, I think we're ready to get started. I will restart my time, and give me just a second to turn on my other mouse because I'd rather be using. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I think I'm going to start off by kind of just marking up these quads. I know for certain that the 5 on this quad is going to have to be on this side just because it can't go on there's no digit that's a Sudoku digit that's in a 2-to-1 ratio with 5, so 5 has to be on this side of the quad. And I think we have the same thing going on here with the 7s, so 7 right there. Same thing with the 9s here, and we'll see if that applies anywhere else. Same thing with the 5s here, which actually tells me that there are 5s down here in box 7. Okay. The next place I think I want to go is here in the middle. That's because this quad, there's a 1 on it, but I know that 1 can't be here or here because 1 is only consecutive with one other digit, and these both have 2 consecutive dots that would tell me that, I need 2 things to be on either side of it, and we don't have 2 Sudoku digits to fit that description. So I know that 1 is in one of these 2 spots. And because I know that 1 is consecutive with whatever digit is in here, that digit has to be 2. And I know that the other digit that's consecutive with 2 is 3. So this is a 1-3 pair in this box. I do want to go down here because I was just saying that 1 can't be on any square that has more than one Kropki dot or consecutive digit dot thing. So it can't be here or here because that would require it to have something on either side that's consecutive and double. And for 1, the digit that satisfies both those conditions is 2. So actually 1 will have to be up here somewhere. And that means that 2 is down here somewhere because that's the digit that is in a 2-to-1 ratio with 1. So in that case, I think I have a 2-3 pair here because 2 is consecutive with 3 and it's double 1. And then I know that there is a 6 up here somewhere because the digit that's in a 2-to-1 ratio with 3 is 6. So I have a 1-6 pair down here. And I wonder if maybe there's the same logic over here with this 8, although I don't know. 8's not quite as extreme as 1. Let's see, if I put 8, okay, so 8 actually can't be here or here, because if I put an 8 here, the digit that's in a 2-to-1 ratio is 4, so that works, but then the digit that's consecutive is 9, and 9 doesn't have a Sudoku digit that fits the Kropki dot conditions, so I know the 8s are down here. And that means I know that 4s are up here, because 4 is what's in a 2-to-1 ratio with 8, and I don't know if I have more information than that. other than that it's either, oh no, because if I tried to put 5 next to, like if I tried to do 4 or 5 up here, there's no digit that satisfies that Kropki dot with the 5. So instead, this will be a 3-4 pair, which will make this a 6-8 pair, because 6 is what matches up with 3. So we've got that kind of filled out. And that will help me to look over and place 3s in the bottom row in this square, or this box. And same thing with the 6s, which will also be down here at the bottom. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. I know that there has to be a 2 on this quad, so these 2s are looking over, meaning the 2 is on this side of the quad. And the digit that's consecutive with 2 is going to have to be 1 up here, because we know that the 3s are in this row, but I need a digit that's consecutive with 2, so a 1 will go on this side. I also know for certain that there's a 7 on this quad, but I don't know if it's going to be like 7 with one of these 6s here, or if it could be 7 with an 8. Actually, yes I do, because 8s can't go up here, so that means that, so since there can't be 6 or 8 up here, that means the 7s have to be up here, if that makes sense. So like, if I put 7, here, then it would have to be consecutive with something, and 6 and 8 are both blocked off here. So 7 will have to go on this side, and it will be matched up with the 6, because this is a 2-3-6 triple down here. So, in that case, I actually know that 6 and 2 are the digits that are actually here. And I can put a 3, I can go ahead and place my 3 right here, which looks up to make this a 1 and this a 3. And I can go ahead and mark this as a pair. And also, I see that this 3-4 pair is looking over, which means that 4 can only go right here. And that'll have me corner mark some 4s down here in the bottom of box 7. Let's see, this triple is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Okay. And that means that I've got a pair actually out wide here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here it'll be 5, 9. Okay. I think I'm going to want to work in one of these two next. So let's try over here. If I put, let's say I put a 9 here, if it's consecutive with something, like I could put a 9 here, and then it could be 8, and that could go with 4, that works fine. Let's see. I don't know that I can do anything there yet. Maybe I will try going up here instead, because this is kind of like a long chain of digits that have to satisfy the same condition. So let's try and like see what chain we can make. So we know that 7 is on either end of this. So let's say we went 7 and then 6, which would finish our quad. So it could go 7, 6, 3, and then this could be a 2 or a 4 to be consecutive with 3, or we could do 7, 8. I was gonna say we could do 7, 8, 4, and then I wouldn't have a place for the 6 because neither 8 or 4 is consecutive with 6. So I think this is how this goes. Let me check to make sure. Yeah. So that means that this 3-6 pair looks down to make this a 4 and this a 3, and this 4 makes this an 8 and this a 6. I think that places 6 on this side of box 6. And also, well, no, I don't know that 4 is there. I was going to say this 4 looks down, but I don't know for certain that 4 is here. I actually know that there's a 6 on this side of box 2 in like one of these 3 cells, because there can't be a 6 here. There can't be a 6 here because I know that 6 is on the quad. So that means it'll already be in the box. So that means 6 will go somewhere here. Another way to look at that is like the 6s in this quad and this pair are kind of boxing each other out in like a virtual X-swing sort of situation. So they actually cover all of the like places where 6 could be in these 2 columns. So that means that 6 is pushed to be in column 4. I'll try marking this side up like I did with this side. So if I start with 5 and I say that I want to make 4 the consecutive digit, then I could do 8, and I can make this, I don't know, 7 or 9. So let me mark that up for all of them because it could be in either order. Okay, and then I could also do like 5, then I could do a 3-6 pair, so like 5, 6, 3, and then consecutive with that could be 2 or 4. So unfortunately got a lot of options here, but I'm sure I can narrow them down. So So the same thing that I was talking about with the 6s here, where I kind of had like a virtual pair going here, I actually have the same thing working. Oh wait, no, I haven't made it certain that the 3s are there, so I guess I don't. Oh wait, no, the 3s are definitely on this quad because it said so. So if 3's on this quad, oh wait, you know what? That totally changes how I marked up this 3. I totally forgot the 3s were also on this quad. I actually think that means, let's see, if I did 4, 8, this could end in 3. Let me remark this. Let's just redo it. So if I did 5, and let's say the consecutive digit is 4, I'm going to do an 8, then I don't have anywhere to put this 3, because if I do 4, 8, the 3 doesn't match up with 8, and it does match up with 4, but the 5's already taken it. So 4, 8 won't work. I can do 5 is consecutive with 6, and then 3 is the match for that Kropki, and then 3 can match up with 2 or 4. So I think that's better. And then yes, now I actually have this 3. Well, first of all, the same thing, same logic I was talking about earlier applies, where this 3 is like, and this quad with the 3 on it, and this pair of 3s in the bottom actually tells me that the 3s have to be on this side of box 4. They're just kind of boxing out these columns here. So I can go ahead and mark those. But also, this 3-6 pair looks down to make this a 2, and 2 is 2 to 1 pair with 1. 2 is next to 3, and then 3 is with 6. So I'm actually able to fill out a good portion of that. Let's see. I was talking about trying to fill these out earlier, but then I decided they were too difficult for the moment. Let's try it again, I guess. 5 could be in either of these 2 squares. If 5 is here, then it needs to be consecutive with 4 or 6. And that would make this, what, 3 or 8. And then if there's still a 4 that could fit up there. That's kind of a terrible way to mark this. Maybe I should redo that. 4, 5. I think 4, 8 could go in any order. Oop. And 3, 6 could go in any order. But also this digit could be kind of anything. Like if I were to do 5, 4, 8, I've satisfied this quad, but then I could still have kind of anything out here. And I think that's why I wasn't marking this earlier. I know that 1s are in the bottom of box 9 right here. And I actually can say that 3s are not only on this quad, but they're on this side of the quad. So this is actually a 3-6 pair, just from Sudoku, like all these 3s looking all over the box. So if this is a 3-6 pair, then that means that 2, 9 have to go over here. And 9 is not consecutive with 6 or 3, which means that I'm going to put a 2 right here, and that is next to 3. So 2, 3, 6, and 9. Awesome. And actually, that means I can place a 3 right here by Sudoku as well. They're all looking over. Oh wait, but this one is looking up and these are looking down to place a 3 right there, which makes this a 6. And then I still have to place 4 and 5. 5 is consecutive with 6, and then 4 goes right there. So if I look across, I know that the 6 is on this part of the quad. Maybe time to start looking at this. I wasn't doing it earlier because, like, I know that like 5 and 8 are consecutive, so I'm never going to have like a 5-8 pair across one of these. But that means that one of them, each of them are both on a consecutive square with something else. But I just kind of feel like this could be kind of anywhere at the moment. Like I could do like 5, 6 here, and then 8 could go with 7 or 9, or I could do like 5, 4 over here, and 8 could go with 7 or 9 over here, and then there's a 6 here. It just feels like there's kind of too many options for me to do anything effectively over there. Oh, you know what? I can place a 2 right here, because this 2 looks over to see that 2. And also, this 2 in this box makes this a 7 and this a 2. So, just have to watch out for my Sudoku, right? And if I look up, it means that 2 is going to be on this side of box 1. And this 7 is actually looking up to make 7 have to be in one of these 2 cells in box 1. So that means that this 7 is also kind of looking over, and we see that we've kind of got 7s boxed in this box, but I don't know where they would be in here, but we made some progress there. I'll finish marking up this quad. It's 4, 5, 8, and 9. With 4 and 8 both having to be down here, although I could just kind of tell that from Sudoku. And let me go ahead and take off some of the things. I know that there cannot be a 5 here. I think otherwise that's good. And then what's over here? 1, 5, 7, 9. And 7 can't be here. 9 can't be there. All right. Twos are actually forced on the side of box 3. And I've got a lot of places 2 could be up here, so I will not worry about that. Here, let's figure out what these last couple digits are. So what? It's 5, 7, and 8. And look at that. 5 is not consecutive with either of those, so 5 does not go here. I can place a 5 right there. And this 5 will look down to remove it from there. So if this is 7 or 8, then it's got to be consecutive. We got to do 6 or 9 because we've already, like if it were 7, typically 8 could go there, but we've already got an 8 somewhere in this box. So, yeah, 6, 9 pair. And actually 4 is going to be in one of these 2 spots because this 4 looking up. And 5 is going to be in one of these 2 spots because of this 5 looking over. Looking to see if I can do anything else there, but I don't think there's anything else to clean up. Maybe I'll mark this quad and see if I want to keep it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do not think I'm going to want to keep this because that's a lot of options, but yeah, maybe we'll just let it stay. This kind of reveals there's a 7, 8, 9 triple kind of in this column. So 7, 8, 9. Actually, let me take the 7 out of this one. Don't think I'm gonna get anything super cool if I try to mark this up. Like, I know that what's left in this row is 1, 4, 7, 8, and 9, and that is a lot of digits, so we're gonna leave that alone. I'm thinking maybe I need to work on this 5, 8 pair because I think that if I can place another 8, a lot of things would work out. So maybe I will try to do that. Except I don't know what to put here, so like I know 5 goes on this quad, I know 8 goes here, which means that I also have a 4 or a 6 and a 7 or 9, except that if I have a 7, it would have to be on this side and the 8 would have to be up here. But that's kind of all I got for that, so maybe I will leave that alone. Okay, I just spotted something. So this cell right here is the only place that a 6 can be in row 1 because this 6, and this 3, 6 pair box out all of the possibilities of 6 being in the top row in this square. And then over here we have the same thing happening where we've got 2 6s looking up and a 3, 6 pair in the box. So, and like I said earlier, this 6 quad and this pair actually push the 6 onto this side of the box. But that means that we can't have a 6 up in this part of the row. So this is a 6. And therefore, to be consecutive, I think I have to put a 5 here. Because if I were to put like 7, then I'd have to put the 5 and 8 on the same side of this, on either side of this consecutive digit, and 5 is not consecutive with 8. So I know that it's 6, 5 right there, and I can actually remove both of those from my corner marks around here. And I actually therefore know that this is either 8, 7 or 8, 9. And that gives me a 7, 8, 9 triple across this column. So I can pull out 9 here, I can pull out 8 and 9 here, and I can place a 6 here. And that will place a 5 down here. So this 5 will make this an 8, 9 pair in the row. And I think, now 5 is restricted to only one cell in this box. So this is a 5. And 6 is consecutive with 7, not 8. So there's 7. And then 8 is its match. 1, 2, 3. Where do I put my 4? 4 is only going to be able to go right here. And that means that 9 is going to be placed here to finish the box. This 9 will look down to make this an 8. And that'll make this a 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up here. So this is not a 7. That is an 8, 9 pair. This 7 is going to look down to make this a 1, which makes this a 2, and then this 2 makes this a 6, and 6 is consecutive with 7. I think to finish off this column we're going to place a 4 right here. It's the only thing that fits. And then this triple is going to be 1, 2, 3. Yep, just 1, 2, 3. And actually, we can place the 3 because we know there's a 3, 6 pair on either side here. So that means that neither of these can be 3. So I can place a 3 up here. This 9's going to look over to take all of these 9s out as options. So I can place a 9 right here in box 4. And then I'll have a triple down here. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And no 8 there. But I think the rest are still kind of... 7 here. But the rest are still kind of open. So to finish this box and this row, this will be 1, 2, 3. It'll be 4. And that means I can take 4 out right here. That means I know 2 is on that quad. So no 2 there. And I know that this remaining cell is from the triple 1, 8, and 9. Oop. 1, 8, 9. And this one is from 1, 5, 7, but it's not 7 because these 7s look over. So it is 1 or 5. I know there's a 4 in one of these two because of this 4 looking over and these 2 looking up. And I think I'll leave that alone for a second. Okay, this 9 looks down, so this is not a 9. And let's see if I can make any more progress here. Oh, this 2 looks up, so this is not a 2. This is a 4, 5 pair, which is nice to see. And then this 4, 5 pair looks down to make this an 8. This 8 makes this a 9. And then that 9 makes this a 5, and now the only thing left in this box is a 4. That 9 from over here looks over to take 9 out. There's options over here, so this is a 1. This is going to be the 9 because it's the only place in the box the 9 can go. And then we'll have a 5, 7 pair down here for a little bit till we resolve it. Oh, this 1 looks up to make this an 8. This 8 is now not an option right there. This 8 looks up, so I can clean that up a little bit. And this 9 looks up, so I can also take it out right there. believe this is part of the 1-7 pair. So this is either 1 or 7. And then let's see what else goes here. It would be 1, 2, 8, and 9. Yeah. And same thing that happened with the 3s, or this 3-6 pair, like where it boxed out 3 from being available here and placed the 3 up here. I've got these 2s, which are kind of just covering rows 2 and 3, so I can't, like if I place a 2 here and a 2 here, then no 2 can go in either of these cells, so these are not 2, and that actually forces a 2 up here. Alright, getting pretty close. Let's maybe mark out the quad like I did over here. I guess it's more of a, there's definitely more unknown digits here. What was this? 1, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Okay. What does that give me? I know that this is not a 4 or a 7. I know this is not a 5. I also know that 7 in general is not in this box, or is over here in this box, not here. Alright, now I just gotta figure out how to resolve these pairs. Ah, look. This 7 looks over, making this a 2. This is 7. This is a 3. And this is a 6. That I probably could have gotten a while ago. This 6 looks over to make this a 3. And that makes this a 6. 6 is consecutive with 5. And 4 is consecutive with 3. Now this 4 will look over. So this is not a 4, which means that 4 is here. And now let's see where else we can go. Oh, this 2 looks over to make this a 1. This is a 2. And then now 1 can no longer be in this row. This 5 looks over, so this is not a 5. This is an 8. And then this 8 makes this a 1. This 1 makes this a 5. And then to finish the box, we've got a 9. This 1 will look down to make this 7. This 7 makes this 5. And this 7. And then the 7 looks up to make this a 1. And then if I come over here, I can say that this is, yeah, this is not a 1. This 8 looks over to make this a 9. This is an 8. 8 looks down to make this a 1. That 1 makes this a 7. And then we'll use an 8 to finish the box. And then that 8 will look up to make this a 7. And this a 1. And then this 9 is looking over to make this an 8 and this a 9. And there we go. We finished molecules. I really enjoyed that. I'm guessing the molecule part is the fact that, like, these Kropkis kind of look like little molecule drawings. They work really well together. I think it's pretty cool to see that interaction across the board. I really enjoyed this puzzle. So, yeah. I will be excited to hopefully get to solve again for this channel. And thank you guys for having me.